this is one of the most common questions I'm getting now. I just took my MCAT. Can I still apply? Or should I wait till next year? I couldn't take my MCAT earlier because of COVID. Or I was going to do this in this volunteer initiative or this in this research initiative. It was canceled. I had to take classes online where, I really wanted to take it offline. I had to do something pass fail. I really wanted to take it for a grade. So how do you respond to those concerns in pre-med?
So for this particular class that's coming through right now, COVID really hit towards the end of that window, which they'd be reporting their application. So they have a whole arc of activity going back several years. So it's not a single snapshot that's being evaluated. We're looking at the entirety of their academic record and their experiences. But we also recognize when we review that they have interruptions that have occurred as a result of that. And so we're always curious to see how that impacted them. What did they do when faced with that? Looking at evidence of resiliency and creativity, and recognizing that maybe they took on new responsibility as well. And so that's what we're trying to look at with an eye to recognizing that it's impacted everybody's life. As far as the deadline we talked about, that's extended out. And yes, if you have taken the MCAT later, we're going to be looking at those applications as well. You also mentioned about making offers. We are going to start making offers to students the same time we would have in previous years.
Okay.
However, we are very deliberate in how we make offers. So we always want to look at everybody we've interviewed. So we don't make a whole lot of offers starting out the gate. So we'll make a few offers as we move along. And we also, in Texas, we have something called the match for undergraduate medical education. So we also make offers to the match, and we also make offers off the wait list. So I would not want a student to think that if they're being interviewed in January that they have no opportunity to be made an offer, or else why did we ask them to interview in January, for example? And so, we're pretty deliberate in that. We don't fill up early. We recognize what our trend line is, and we make a few offers at a time. The class that I'm worried about most actually is not this year's class, but next year's class. They are probably having to figure out how to adjust to this new norm in a way that it's going to impact their application more severely, I think, than this current application cycle. Because this is the point in time when many of those students would have been engaged in maybe second year of research.
That's right.
Engaged in leadership activities that would have been part of their organizations that they were involved in, and they would have been advancing into those leadership activities this year. So it's going to be interesting to see how have they adjusted. What have they done to be creative? What have they done to adjust to the new norm?